What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And LeVon Maynard.
And welcome to the show.
What is going on? So, welcome back. We are back from our break. I'm losing my voice already because I haven't done this in a long time. Definitely continue to tune in if you have already started, but if you have not, please go back to Monday's episode where we talked about the PII of over 460,000 people being lost on one USB drive. Tuesday, we discussed CERT India and how their very aggressive timelines are causing companies to vacate. It started with VPNs, and there might be other companies who want to leave because of it. So definitely tune in for that one. And then Friday's episode in the future, Friday's episode will be everything else, right? We talk about movies, books, games, all that good stuff. So non-cyber related typically. But with all that being said, today's discussion is about an article written on thehill.com. It's titled Biden Signed Cyber Bills into Law. It's written by Zach Schoenfeld. Hopefully I pronounced that right. And it's kind of some of the stuff we've been talking about over the past few weeks. So there's been a lot of bills that have been going up to do with cyber. This administration is very aggressive about cybersecurity because of just how bad things have become with the Colonial Pipeline situation, SolarWinds with the supply chain attack, JBS with the meat packing company. Like it just keeps it's rolling hit after hit after hit. Our power grids and our financial sector and all that stuff is being attacked. So this administration has been pushing a lot of bills, and these two are bipartisan bills that were signed on Tuesday. The first one dealing with the Federal Rotational Cyber Workforce Program Act, which establishes a program that allows cybersecurity professionals to rotate through multiple federal agencies and enhance expertise, right? So they're trying to build a better pipeline to bring in more people in from cyber, either starting out or already within their careers, and bring them in the federal government because the expertise is desperately needed everywhere, right? And there's a million vacancies is what they advertise, but especially within federal government, they're looking to bring in more people. And then the second one is, the second bill is called State and Local Government Cybersecurity Act, and it aims to improve coordination between the Department of Homeland Security and state and local governments on cybersecurity. So when it comes to municipalities being attacked, we talked about in the past how schools were being attacked during the pandemic. There were soft targets. We talked about, I can't remember which city lost $1.4 million. Man, it slips my mind, it'll come back to me, but because they had to pay for, or they lost the money due to a phishing scam, right? So somebody clicked the link, they had the right credentials, and they were able to pull that money from the local reserve or what have you. Like they lost a lot of money because of it. So like local governments are always being attacked, and it's very hard for them to also staff their cybersecurity teams. So this bill is to help bring in Homeland to provide assistance to local governments. So
It was Portland.
Portland, yeah, Portland got attacked. It was 1.4 million, right?
Yeah, yep, that number.
Yeah, I remember the money. I didn't remember the state, the local government. But yeah, it's getting really bad out there. So these two bills passed unanimously almost to provide that assistance to the federal government and to local governments. So kind of want to get you guys' opinions on this. But sorry, I can't speak. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a great thing. I mean, we want to have more focus around cybersecurity. I don't know if, I haven't been really tracking cybersecurity as far as between the different administrations, but it seems like the most recent administration has been very focused on it. Obviously, like you touched on, we've had quite a few cyber attacks, especially after COVID and during COVID. I said COVID's still going on. What I'm talking about after COVID, but COVID's still going on. So these cyber attacks are it's still going on. It's still increasing. People are working from home more than they used to in the past, and these cyber or these hackers are finding these opportunities to get this data, get people's information, because they're trying to connect to their work environment from the house, and now they have like this pathway, this opening from like a commercial vector. So I think it's great that Biden, the current administration, is like working to improve the focus around cybersecurity. Yeah, I can't think of anything negative about this. I mean, and also the fact that they're trying to, because I know like staffing is a big deal within cybersecurity, especially in the commercial side of things. That it's hard to find good workers, people that know have the knowledge as well as the will to do the work. So the fact that they're kind of using this kind of rotation program where they're kind of letting people know about these openings and trying to keep people in the rotation and keep people within the workforce that are available that can do the job, I think is a pretty essential. But yeah, I'd like to see how it kind of how it picks up from here. If they continue this focus and this attention on cybersecurity and kind of keep building it from there, because we know that we got all these, like the future warfare is going to be like cyber. And I think a lot of things are going to be less focused around like tanks and guns and stuff like that. It's going to be more like, let's see if we can shut down the power grid first, and then we'll do some stuff after that. So I think it's important that we kind of focus on that as well. So with Shannon, what do you think about this one?
So I like the intent on both of them. The first one with the rotational job force, I'm curious to see what the timeline is that they're going to let people stay in these different departments, right? If this is just like a 3-month thing, there's no real benefit to that, right? You might as well just keep them where they are. Make them a master of wherever they are, right? Instead of a jack of all trades, which is what they're trying to get here, right? So make them the master of one if you're going to do that. But if they're going to say, okay, we think it's going to be a 2-year rotation, I'm like, okay, you're going to get some really good experience, right? If it's going to be like 2 years or something like that. Or let's say 18 months, because 2 years is kind of long, right? And it's in the government too, right? So if these are civil service employees, I mean, they're, as terrible as this is to say, I mean, they're not as competitive as the private sector, right? When it comes to paying people, you know what I'm saying? So you may get somebody that may get that 18 months in and be like, okay, I got a skill I need. Let me go make $50,000 more now, you know what I mean, a year. So I would like to see the rotation. I don't want it to just be lip service, right? Just 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, and even then, I don't know what departments they're talking about, right? So when they say rotational job force, are they saying, okay, CISA for this amount of time, and then FBI cyber team for this amount of time? Like, I don't know what they're talking about here. What actual rotation means. With the second one, and I know we had a little bit of a difference when we were discussing this offline. Like, I think the second one is going to be a little bit harder, to make useful, right? Because if you're trying to do better coordination with the state and local governments, right? And we know that CISA already provides some of this, because Gabe, is that his name? Gabe told us about this, about
Right. Gabe Davis. Yep.
Yeah, Gabe Davis. He came on as one of the guests here, right? Gabe, we can't wait to have you back, man. He came on and was like, he let us know about how they're reaching out, to like local governments and things of that nature, and local businesses, other businesses, to help them out with things that are going on. So this is something the government has already been in, but now it's laws passed for it now, right? So this is going to be the mandate. This is what we're going to do. But states and local governments can always just give it the amount of importance they think it needs to be. And we're seeing by the stories that we do that sometimes they just don't take it as serious as they should, right? So that's just something to take into consideration. This is my thoughts on it.
Yeah, definitely. Like we'll see how it pans out. But I like that the initiatives are happening. I like that they're rolling out fairly fast, especially after I think we started. Was it the end of last year or the beginning of this year? I can't remember because of how long I've been here. But with the SolarWinds situation and just how that was just a cluster, right? So like to go from
SolarWinds was actually 2020. It was before last year. I think it was.
Was it 2020?
I think it was December.
Man, it feels like it's really.
I'm fairly certain it was like December of 2020. Yeah.
And then Log4j and Log4j and all that other stuff. Like it just keeps rolling. So it's good to see that things are moving pretty fast. But the previous administrations also had their foot in it. Like when it came to the Obama administration, a lot of the NIST and stuff, FISMA rules and things like that were rolling out. When it came to President Trump's, it was a lot of the frameworks being put into place. A lot of money was starting to come into cyber, and then at the tail end of that, and then into this administration is when things started to really ramp up and roll out. So it seems to be a very bipartisan effort, because I mean, at the end of the day, everybody has to use these power grids, and everybody needs gas. You know what I mean? And then you want people putting gas in trash bags again. Like, that was not a good look. Now it's the exact opposite, right? Hopefully you save some of that gas and it didn't go bad.
Right.
Gas is like
Sure.
$18 a gallon right
Right.
now.
They might resell it and get some money. Make some money.
So we definitely cannot afford to have those types of situations happen again, at least not to those extents. So it's good to see that they're putting their money where their mouth is. Is that the saying? Did I say that right? To get these things not just fixed, but just being more proactive than reactive, because we've been very reactive the past couple of years. So yeah, I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see that it's a bipartisan effort. So more to come. We'll see what happens, but definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. Like I said, we are back. If you want to watch us on video, you can watch us on Spotify and YouTube, and then we're available audio pretty much on every platform you can think of. Like, share, subscribe. Hit us up on our socials, which are LinkedIn and Twitter for the most part. And then I'm putting episodes on TikTok recently. And then hit me up personally. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy. I'm on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. And you, LeVon?
Yeah, you can hit me up on the Twitters at LeVon Maynard.
There it is. Stay safe. Stay secure.
Take care.